Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. On this video, I want to talk about this whole cloud gaming crap that's been shoved up our throats since beginning of this year. Cloud gaming, not a big deal, okay? Cloud gaming's been around since 2010. It failed with Steve Perlman, who was also a CEO of that company. Then he sold it to other company, and then they went out of business. And he took all the money. All right, and everybody who joined that service and paid all the cash, paid for the device, just like you're paying right now for the Google device, and paid for all the games that you're gonna have to pay on the Google. Guess what? They shut down the service, and you lost all your money. Okay, we have PlayStation Now, but how many people are using PlayStation Now? How many people are subscribing to it, right? We have GeForce Now, and how many people are using the GeForce Now service? Okay, no one's going to use a GeForce Now service. They're going to buy a NVIDIA graphics card, very powerful graphics card. They're going to build a powerful computer to run the games like Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm going to start right now. This game doesn't sit on the cloud. It sits on my hard drive. I just need the internet to verify it, that I own it. Other than that, that's it. I'm good to go. Okay? And nothing will change that experience. And that's the whole point I'm trying to bring about here on this video is that cloud gaming, I don't know why people are making such a big deal about it. I really don't understand that. This is nothing that we wanted. The gamers, true gamers, don't want this. There's maybe a certain percentage of these new millennials, they dress the same, they look the same, they have the same haircut, they talk the same, they hang out in the same freaking places, okay? So they want to push this a little bit, okay? Because they want to have their new cool gadget, that's connected somewhere out there on the cloud for a game that you paid full price and you don't own it, okay? Grand Theft Auto 5, I own it. It sits on my hard drive. I also own it on my PlayStation 4. It sits on my hard drive. I also own it on my Xbox. It sits on my freaking hard drive. Where does your game sit? It sits somewhere out there in the cloud, and you basically don't own that game. You're leasing it. Do you know why you don't own it? But here, let me explain. You don't own it because they are paying for a license to have that game on their service. The Google is paying a license fee to the developers for that game to sit on that cloud. And it's not going to sit on that cloud forever. Maybe they have a 2-year contract or 1-year contract or what have you, but Google's not going to tell you what the contract is, okay? Because they don't want you to know. And guess what? Developers can always break the contract and pay the money. They have money. They can break the contract and they can take that game off of the cloud, the game that you paid $63 for, which requires you to have a very stable internet. Okay? All right? I just want to make sure that's clear. I just want to make sure you don't have swabs in your ear and you can hear me correctly. Okay? So, why in the hell would we want that? A true gamer will never want that. All right? And we never wanted it. Who wants this? I don't know who honestly wants this. I mentioned there's maybe specific demographics of these new types of millennials, these Elon Musk supporters who would like to pay $70,000 or $100,000 for an electrical car that barely has any electrical chargers. All right? If you're living in that kind of a world, in that kind of like disbelief world, then maybe it's for you. I don't know. Maybe California, its own country now. I don't know. Maybe California, it's its own country. I don't know. Maybe it's not part of the United States. I think it's its own country at this point. So whatever. I don't care. Sue me. Well, I don't give a shit. I just said it. All right? That's why I don't want to live in California with everybody, living in some disbelief, unrealistic world. I don't want to live in an unrealistic world. I want to live in a realistic world. Okay? So, let's start this game that doesn't sit on the cloud. Here, let's do it. Let's click on it. Check this out. I'm going to click on the game that doesn't sit on the cloud, that sits on my hard drive. It's going to read from my hard drive. I really like that. I like that. And it's loading from my hard drive. I like that. and I can use any controller I want. Any controller I want. How about that? How cool is that? That I can use any controller I want. I don't have to wait for some kind of Wi-Fi connection to be confirmed with my phone, a Pixel phone, and then the Pixel phone has to go to the Google server to confirm with the Google that you have your purchased controller verified. Give me a break, man. Come on, man. You got to be mental. And then pay $140 for that. People say, why it's $140? Well, I don't know about you, but I live in the United States. And you got to pay a $10 tax on top of $130. Well, technically it's $138. It's a $9, but still gets close to $140. You add an extra 75 cents, guess what? On $138.25, you add another 75 cents, guess what? You got $139. That's $140. $140. On top of $10 for the subscription, which is $150. $150. And then you got to pay for these additional games to whom you don't own. That sits on the cloud and requires an internet and requires a specific kind of a Wi-Fi controller. Please, man. I mean, you got to be mental. So, whom is Google targeting? That's my question here. Whom are they targeting here? And I don't know. That's a good question. Whom are they targeting? Are they targeting specific, spoiled, wealthy, rich individuals who have truckload of money, who are making $500,000 a year? Maybe that's who they're targeting. You know, individuals who can afford $300 a month, no data cap, unlimited internet speed. Maybe that's who they're targeting. I don't know. Maybe they're targeting these Elon Musk's wealthy fans who are willing to spend $70,000, $100,000 for a car that can only get you 300 miles, and you got to look for the electrical charger. Maybe that's what they're looking for. I don't know. I don't know who their demographic is. But it's definitely not for me, and it's not for you. For the majority. Majority is the middle class. Okay? That's what counts. The middle class. What is the one thing the politicians talk about when they go for the election? They talk about the middle class, because that's majority. That's majority of this country. It's a middle class. That's what makes this country run. That's what makes this world run. It's the middle class. But you're not targeting the middle class, Google. I don't know who you're targeting. But sure as hell, you ain't targeting me, and you ain't targeting other gamers who never wanted this crap. We never wanted this crap. What you should have done, you should have created your own gaming console that has a lot of horsepower in it, and it has its own exclusives. That's what you should have done. If you truly wanted to prove yourself that you want to jump into the gaming community. You're not going to jump into a gaming community by making this crap. This is going to be maybe on a life support. Some kind of a life support, maybe. Some sort of a life support for 2 years. And after 2 years, guess what? It's going to get shut down. I think it's going to get shut down because they're not going to have any subscriptions. No one's going to be subscribing. No one's going to be buying the controller. No one's going to be using it. I mark my words. This thing will die out by 2021. Like probably September 2021, you will not see this Google Stadia anymore because they're not going to keep it running because they're not going to hit their quota. They're not going to hit their quota on what they originally wanted. And guess what? They're not going to do it. I mean, look at this. Here I am. There's my Google Stadia right here. Look at this quality. Look at this quality. No delay, no nothing. Looks great. Here I am playing a Grand Theft Auto, and it sits on a hard drive. I don't have to use my data cap. I don't have to be charged by AT&T. I don't have to be dependent. Oh, did my internet go off? If my internet goes off, guess what? I can kiss this game goodbye if I'm on a Google Stadia. Okay? Because the internet, it's not stable. I'm sorry to say it, even in 2019, we don't have a stable internet, all right? But I like this. Look at this. Look how cool is this. Look at it. Look at the quality. I'm running this at the maximum settings on my NVIDIA RTX 2060 Super. Yes, it's recorded in 1080p 60 for the purpose of this video. But guess what? Guess what? There's no delay. It's a wired controller here. Xbox controller I'm using. I have this guy look like Howard Stern. I'm more like a robust Howard Stern. Shout out to Howard Stern. I love Howard Stern. But look at this. No issues, no problems. That's it. No scrambled picture. Everything runs smooth as it should be. Smooth as a butter. How cool is that? I can sit here and watch a TV if I want. Yeah. Check that out. Nothing will change the hardware. And me and Peter Parker and me and JT and Greenlight Gaming and even Desperado, we all talked about this. Nothing will change. Nothing will change this. No cloud gaming, not even PlayStation Now, not even xCloud, not even GeForce Now. And sure as hell, it ain't gonna be Google. Okay? Alright? This is not a prediction. It's not a prediction like Paul Heyman says. You know, the Brock Lesnar advocate. It's not a prediction. This is a spoiler. A spoiler warning. Not a prediction, but a spoiler warning. If some of you Google employees are watching, it's a spoilers warning. 2 years from now, you're going to shut down that service. And we're not going to hear nothing from Phil Harrison anymore. I don't know what's he going to do. Maybe he's going to retire, go somewhere else, do something else. I don't know. But it ain't happening, cousin. Because you guys are living in a disbelief. I'm living in reality. There's a difference. There's a difference between you living in a disbelief, in some la 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 land, disbelief, Californication. Me, I'm living in reality. I'm not living in a disbelief, Californication. I'm living in reality. There's a difference. And that's why it bothers some of you, because you don't want to hear it. And you're not going to reply to me, Google, because you don't want to hear the truth. It doesn't fit your business narrative. So you don't want to hear the truth. What's the best thing to do? Let's just block me. Let's just remove me. Yeah. I don't want to hear the truth. Well, guess what, cousin? You can block me all day long. The truth will be there 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, 1,000,000,000 years from now. That's a fact. So, that's how I feel about Google Stadia. That's really how I feel. Look at this. Look at this quality. Sharp image, textures. And I'm only showing you 1080p 60. In person, I'm looking at native 4K. Okay, native 4K. With everything turned on. With everything maxed out. No delay. And the best of all, I don't have to worry about the internet. Alright? I don't have to worry about the damn internet. Ooh, did the internet go down? Did it drop down a few megabits? No. I don't have to worry about that. You know why I don't have to worry about that? Because I'm not connected to a cloud. And I'm not paying $140 for the stupid device that I need just to be able to. You're paying for a passcode. You're paying $140 for a goddamn passcode just to be connected to something that sits on the damn cloud. I mean, are you kidding me, man? You gotta be mental. You have to be mental. Mentally ill. I'm sorry, but you have to be mentally ill or sick to pay $140 for something that sits in the goddamn cloud. And I know maybe this is a harsh thing to say, but I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to get through your head to realize how badly you're getting robbed. You're being robbed. Google is robbing you. They're robbing you legally. They're robbing you. Really, they were able to figure out how to rob you. No, I mean seriously, you got robbed. I mean, they didn't break into your house and hold a gun into your head, but guess what? They robbed you differently. They were still able to rob you and take your money away from you. The money from which you will never refund. From money from which you will never see. You're never going to see that $140 back. I guarantee you. Never going to freaking see it. It's gone. Poof. Gone. So they robbed you. Plain and simple, you got robbed. All of you who paid for that stupid device, you got robbed. I've got robbed, but I did it purposely because I wanted to make fun of it. So when I do get the device, I want to prove to everybody what a joke this device really is. That's why I have it. It helps me for my YouTube videos. It's going to give me a funny comedy content to laugh about the device. Okay, and that's why I got it. So when I receive it in December, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to roast the goddamn thing. I'm going to roast it, make fun of it, okay? And it's going to make for a funny video. Okay? That's what it's going to do. All right? So, oh yeah. I also remember there was another company. Oh yeah, I already mentioned it. OnLive. Did OnLive make you buy a device? Oh yes, they did. They made you buy a device, and they made you buy a controller, just like Google did. But the difference with the OnLive was it wasn't necessary for you to purchase that device. But still, you could purchase that device and a controller. But still, it was the same shit. You have to pay for the game. All right, so listen, man. That's all I want to say about that. Look, guys, it's a failed device. I don't care about these fanboys out there. There's Google fanboys out there. Some of them are paid. Some of them, they got device for free. They got paid. A lot of shady shit going on YouTube. And who owns the YouTube? Google. Some of these individuals, okay, they live in California, and guess what? The Google reached out to them, and they told them, we'll send you the device, we'll pay you for the review. Guess what? Of course, they're going to turn into a fanboy. If I offer you some money and tell you to say good things about me, guess what? You're going to turn into a Mr. 4K fanboy as well. So there's a lot of shady shit going on, a lot of lobbying going on out there to push this desperate Failedia. I call it Google Failedia device to push it out there. Okay? And we all know it's failed. Everybody knows it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Washington Post knows it. New York Times knows it. Major YouTubers out there know it. Guess who doesn't know it? Google. They know it. But they pretend they don't know it. Because they're so desperate, and now they're trying to make as much money as they can with this failed project. They're trying to make ends meet, and they're trying to make as much money as they can so they can profit something from this failed, terrible project called Failedia. Google Failedia. That's what I call it. But look, I'll have fun. I can't wait till December. Hopefully I'll get it before Christmas. Maybe it'd be a great Christmas video to open up the present of Google Stadia and just roast Stadia for Christmas. Maybe I'll dress up as a Santa Claus and just roast this shit just to show you how painful it is to connect to Stadia, and how painful it is to set up an account to something that sits on the cloud, and how painful it is to switch between your television and your browser. I want to show you how painful it is, how terribly painful the experience is, and I'm going to roast it. I'm going to roast it when I receive it, you know. Well, anyway, there you go. It is Howard Stern, and I'm pretty sure that WNBC agrees with me. You guys know what the WNBC is, right? If you don't know what the WNBC is, you need to watch the Private Parts Howard Stern movie. If you've never seen the Private Parts, I highly suggest that you guys see Private Parts Howard Stern movie. All right, guys, so there might be a live stream today. I just got to look at my schedule. I got to check things out. If there is a live stream today, I will post it on my community forums. Okay, it will be posted. As always, it will be there. So keep an eye on the... There's a 70% chance that there might be a live stream, okay? But I have to check some other things before I do that. What I'm going to play, I don't know. I have to look into it. Like Eddie Bravo, I have to look into it. And I will let you know. Okay, check out my community feed. That's the best place to see what I'm doing today. Other than that, well, look at this. No Google Stadia required. No internet required. Guess what? Love it. Love it. Love it. It's great. What's not to like? What's not to like about this? Well, I like it. I like it because it doesn't require me to be connected to a cloud server. Well, there you have it, guys. I mean, look, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you want to try it, try it. But come back to this video so I can tell you, I told you so. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Cheers.